Ever met someone who looks completely ordinary, but carries a past so dangerous it could burn the world down? This story follows a man whose calm life hides a deadly secret. Stay tuned, because what starts as a peaceful vacation quickly turns into a full-blown war. And when you see what he's capable of, you'll have one question: who really is Hutch Mansell? The story opens in an interrogation room. A man named Hutch Mansell sits quietly, bruised and bloodied, across from two agents. They're desperate to know who this man really is. But before he explains, the scene flashes back to show how it all began. We see Hutch living a quiet, routine life. He looks like a retired, ordinary man, living with his wife and kids. But there's something about him, his posture, his eyes, that tells us this calm life isn't really him. Inside, Hutch is restless like a lion trapped in a cage. It turns out, Hutch was once a professional assassin, a man trained to eliminate enemies with ruthless precision. And soon, that part of him resurfaces. One day, Hutch gets a text from his wife, asking if he's still coming home. He replies that he will, just later than expected. Becca, his wife, hesitates. She almost types, "We need to talk," but deletes it and instead sends, "I love you." Friday morning arrives. As the family gets ready, Becca reminds him that summer vacation is coming soon.
I'll make a plan. Today, I'll make a plan and I'll tell you tonight.
Hutch promises to plan something after one last assignment. Her face says it all. She's tired of his excuses. Later that day, Hutch steps into an elevator and contacts his handler, a man known as the Barber, to give an update on his mission. It was supposed to be a simple grab-and-go job for a data drive, but things got bloody fast. Flashbacks show Hutch fighting through waves of guards, using whatever tools he could find: wrench, knife, even pipes. After a brutal fight, he secures the drive. But when more gunmen arrive, he detonates a gas tank that explodes, wiping them out completely. When he returns the drive, the Barber pays him $800,000, but reminds him he still owes $30 million to the Russian mob. They talk about one last mission, but Hutch says he needs a break. The Barber chuckles, warning that trouble always finds him. At home, Hutch watches a theme park commercial for Plumberville, a place he loved as a kid. While they talk it over, Hutch notices his son Brady's black eye, which Brady brushes off, saying he got it from a school game Hutch missed. He decides this will be the family's getaway. He pitches the idea, and after some convincing, everyone agrees. They pick up Grandpa Christopher from the retirement home. On the road, the family bonds again, laughing, arguing, and singing. When they finally arrive at Plumberville, Hutch tries to make everything perfect. But small things start to go wrong. Hutch proceeds to show the kids their room, but they refuse to share. Grandpa offers Brady his old lodge so his sister can have her space. Hutch and Becca settle into their own room, which Becca finds amusing. They're just about to get romantically involved when their daughter Sammy comes in, dragging them off to the water park. But when they get there, the attendant informs them that the park is closed for the next 24 hours due to an incident, but offers hot dog coupons as compensation. Later that afternoon, the family heads into the restaurant where Hutch sits quietly, lost in a flashback of his childhood, back when life felt simple. But he snaps out of it when he realizes he's been awkwardly staring at the town sheriff, who calls him out. He grabs food and returns to his family. Later, at the arcade, Hutch tries to talk to his son Brady about a black eye he noticed earlier. Brady brushes it off, saying it was from a school game he missed. Brady wins a pile of tickets and hands some to a few girls nearby who clearly find him cute. The rest he spends on a soft toy for Sammy. She hugs it tight, all smiles, until one of the girl's jealous boyfriends storms over. His name is Max. The boy mocks Brady for giving tickets to his girlfriend and tears Sammy's stuffed toy in half. Brady's fist connects with Max's face before anyone can blink. He twists Max's arm, slamming him against a machine. Chaos erupts. Hutch rushes in, breaking them apart as the arcade staff swarm in. They drag everyone toward the door, kicking the family out. Just as they're about to leave, Sammy bends down to pick up her ripped doll. One of the staff hits Sammy on the head for trying to pick up her toy. Something inside Hutch snaps. He takes a slow breath, turns back, and unloads all the anger he's been holding in.
What? I left my phone. I'll be right back. No!
The first man drops with a single punch. The second tries to help and ends up crashing through a game cabinet. Even a bystander who tries to play hero gets flattened. When it's over, the arcade is silent. Becca stands frozen. Hutch realizes what he's done, but it's too late. The family is arrested. Both Hutch and Brady are taken in for questioning. Inside, Becca pleads with the officers to let them go. Hutch tells Brady quietly, "You did right, protecting your sister. But next time, use your head, not your fists." Brady fires back, "You're the one who lost it first, not me." The room goes quiet until the door opens. The sheriff, named Abel, pulls Hutch into his office. There, he meets Wyatt, the father of the boy Brady fought. He is the owner of the Plumberville theme park. Wyatt isn't just angry, he's dangerous in that calm, powerful man way. He tells Hutch, "I run this town. Tourists don't make trouble here." When Hutch apologizes and offers to have Brady apologize too, Wyatt shakes his head. "Too late. Pack up your family and get out." Hutch agrees, wanting only to end the nightmare. But as they leave, Abel quietly orders 2 deputies to follow Hutch and make sure he doesn't come back. The meaning is clear. They plan to kill him. The next morning, the sky looks peaceful again. Hutch decides to take the family on a duckboat ride across the lake. But even as the water sparkles in the sun, his instincts whisper that something's wrong. He spots a pair of men coming down from a car, Abel's men. He knows that look. He's seen it before, long ago. To keep his family safe, Hutch lets Becca and the kids take one boat with David while he boards another, pretending it's nothing serious. The 4 men follow him, smiling like wolves. When the fight starts, it's fast and brutal. Hutch tries to reason with them, but the first punch hits before the words leave his mouth. He moves like a man who's done this before. Within seconds, one goon hits the deck, then another. One draws a knife and slices Hutch's hand. His finger drops into the lake, swallowed by the water and the fish beneath. Pain surges through him, but he keeps fighting, using the chaos to his advantage. They think he's down when he falls overboard, until he surfaces behind them, eyes cold, and finishes the job. The last man standing looks at him, terrified. This guy isn't just a tourist, he mutters before Hutch knocks him out cold. If you were Hutch at this point, would you keep fighting or take your family and run? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious what you'd do. After the fight, Hutch calls his brother Harry, asking what's really going on in Plumberville. Harry reveals that the town was once a criminal trade hub, and their family's past trips weren't as innocent as Hutch thought. Next, Hutch calls an old contact, the barber. The man on the other end speaks in a low, gravelly tone. Plumberville's no small town, Hutch. It's a front. Drugs, guns, smuggling, it all runs through there. And it's ruled by one woman. Her name is Lendina. Cold, clever, deadly. The barber warns him, if you cross her, she won't just kill you. She'll kill your family in front of you. Cut to Lendina herself, sitting at a casino table under golden light. She plays cards with a man who tries to cheat. Her smile fades. She drives a knife through his hand before ordering the deaths of everyone involved. The cheater, the dealer, and every witness drop dead. That's Lendina's rule. Betray her and you disappear. Back at his mansion, Wyatt receives a call from her. He hates her, but he's trapped, working for the same woman who once killed his father and forced him to pay the old man's debts. Clean up your mess, Lendina warns him. Later that night, Abel received a call from Lendina. He's been secretly working for her too, feeding her information about Wyatt. She orders him to keep Wyatt obedient by kidnapping Wyatt's son, Max. Abel doesn't hesitate. He sends his men, and before sunrise, Max is gone. When Hutch learns about it, he tracks Abel's crew to an old warehouse filled with stacks of cash ready for Lendina. Hutch storms in, gasoline can in hand. "Back off," he says, "or all this burns." Abel laughs until Hutch strikes a match. The fear in Abel's eyes is real now.
So if I walk out of here, you leave me and my family alone.
Get the fuck out of here.
He agrees to let Hutch go, but as Hutch turns to leave, he spots Max being dragged away in the shadows. He can't walk out now. The fight that follows is pure chaos. Hutch smashes, dodges, and fights like a man who's done this his whole life. One thug swings a table saw at him. Hutch slams the man's head into the blade. When it's over, Abel's men are gone, and Hutch carries Max to safety. As they drive off, the warehouse explodes behind them, fire lighting the night. Lendina's casino trembles when she hears the news. All her money, her chemicals, her empire, gone. Her men show her surveillance photos of Hutch and his family. She stares at them for a long moment, then whispers, "Bring me his head." Abel, burned but alive, calls her on his way to the hospital. "Let me finish this," he growls. Lendina smiles. "Tell him to hold tight. she's on her way. And just like that, war begins. That's the beginning of Hutch Mantle's nightmare. A man who only wanted peace now stands against an entire criminal empire. But he's not alone, and he's not finished. He knows every criminal in town will be looking for him by sunrise. Meanwhile, Hutch brings Max back to the lodge. He tells Brady to apologize for their earlier fight, but Becca looks disheartened, pointing out how he always finds a way to stir up trouble. Hutch admits that trouble just seems to find him, and Becca surprisingly tells him to go finish what he started. Later on, Hutch goes to meet with Wyatt, who's furious as he continues to swing a bat at him for dragging chaos into town. But Hutch drops him with a punch. Once Wyatt cools off, Hutch explains what he did to Ladina's shipment and how he saved Max. Then Wyatt finally opens up, narrating how his father spent his life trying to pay off Ladina before she killed him. A debt that was long cleared, but one she still exploits. Wyatt swears he won't let his son inherit that same chain. After that, he reveals his late father's hidden arsenal, weapons he had once planned to use against Ladina before she killed him. So together, he and Hutch set up traps across the entire theme park with some extra hands from David and Harry. After a long period of planning and execution, they hope for a successful mission ahead. Meanwhile, back at the lodge, Becca quietly hands Brady responsibility for his sibling, grabs a rifle, and slips out under the guise of a walk. Soon after, Ladina and her army roll into the park. The sheriff meets with Hutch and Wyatt. He tells them to surrender and come with him, promising he might be able to pull them out of the mess. Hutch and Wyatt refuse.
Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah.
Abel calmly turns back toward his car, but before he can get in,
take him out.
Copy that.
one of Ladina's men guns him down on her order. Then the firefight begins as the goons charge in, only to be picked apart by the traps. Landmines hidden in the ball pit, grenades swinging down like pendulums, each one meeting a bloody, explosive end. Meanwhile, at the lodge, more of Ladina's goons arrive to take out the family. But unfortunately for them, Harry comes just in time to eliminate them all, leaving him one-on-one with the goon leader. The battle begins, and after an intense clash of blades, Harry finishes it by decapitating him. Back at the park, with most of the henchmen down, Wyatt finally crosses paths with Hutch before collapsing from his injuries. Hutch covers him up, slips him a gun for protection, and heads off to find his father. That's when he comes across Ladina calmly whistling. She demands to know who sent him. Hutch answers,
Who sent you?
Nobody. Here with my family, making memories. What are you doing here?
I'm here for you.
Unimpressed, Ladina signals for two of her top female fighters. They step forward and take turns, unleashing brutal kicks and blows, beating Hutch down. Ladina then tries to kill Hutch herself, but luckily for Hutch, Wyatt shoots one of her goons. However, Ladina seriously injures him in the process. She continues her plan to take out Hutch, but unfortunately for her, Becca steps in, firing tranquilizer darts into Ladina's chest and eye. Hutch's father then decides to set the whole park on fire using explosives. The scene then shifts to the present day, where we see Becca and her husband in the interrogation room, this time with the rescued family dog. The agents press them for answers.
Us, we're
married.
yeah.
But a call from their superior forces them to release the Mansells.
You're free to go.
Back home, the family unwinds with a slideshow of their trip, joined by Brady's girlfriend. The movie then comes to an end. So what would you do if a peaceful family trip turned into a full-blown war zone? Let me know your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thrilling movie recaps. If you missed part 1, click here to enjoy. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next recap.